ColorOS 12 was a revolution, and carrying the legacy forward, we now have ColorOS 13, which brings in a ton of upgrades such as a brand new Aquamorphic design, smart always-on display features, Multiscreen Connect along with spanking new Android 13 native features and focus on privacy and security. Now this is what we call a major evolution. Hello everyone, I'm Ania from Mr. Phone, and I've been using ColorOS 13 beta atop Android 13 for quite a few days now, and in this video I'll be sharing my experience on one of the cleanest, smoothest and immersive Android skins in the market from OPPO. Also, while you watch this video, do let me know in the comments about that particular ColorOS 13 feature which excites you the most. Is it the new Aquamorphic design, or is it the new Smart Connect feature, or are you crazy about the Smart AOD features? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Of course, before we go ahead in the video, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos, and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. Now, let's get started.
Go ahead.
ColorOS 13 is a new software, and so you start noticing the newness the moment you unlock the smartphone. OPPO calls this Aquamorphic design, which takes inspiration from water, and so it has this naturesque sort of a pure, sleek and refined look consisting of rounded UI elements which are easy on the eyes and look soothing. This immediately made me fall in awe of ColorOS 13. Let me elaborate on the changes, the features and all the new upgrades that I noticed in OPPO's newest take on Android. The always-on display is now even smarter in ColorOS 13, so you get this contextual info setting that lets you easily control and interact with your music right from the always-on screen without even waking the smartphone. You also get the ability to track your food delivery updates right on the AOD screen from apps such as Zomato and Swiggy. And of course, all the necessary information such as the time, date, battery statistics and notifications are still shown on the always-on display, so that is great. And as for the different AOD options present on offer, well, you can set the ever popular emoji, which by the way comprises 79 new elements for customization over ColorOS 12, and with the ColorOS 13.1 update in the future, 59 more elements are planned to be added. You can also set Insight as your always-on display screen, which as the name suggests gives you a quick digital insight into your phone usage. Pretty handy in my opinion. By the way, you can also rest assured about using always-on display at all times. Because with ColorOS 13 and along with OPPO's industry-leading LTPO 2.0 technology, the system is able to reduce the screen refresh rate to just 1 Hz. And what this means is that you get about 30% savings, or say 30% less power consumption in day-to-day scenarios. Additionally, there's a new AOD screen called Home that intelligently utilizes location data and depicts how our planet is affected by global warming. And finally, my favorite of the bunch is the Bitmoji integration into the always-on display. This one, in my opinion, is the coolest. I mean, at different intervals of the day, I notice a different Bitmoji, so this is great stuff. Now, coming out from the always-on display setting, let me quickly show you the latest Blossom wallpaper. So this clever wallpaper shows a seedling that grows throughout the day as you use your smartphone, but mind you, once you exceed the screen usage that you have set, and the plant starts to wither. I would say this is an intelligent implementation and a good metaphor on the part of OPPO to remind us why digital well-being is very important. Apart from this, there's Multiscreen Connect that lets you connect your OPPO smartphone to another OPPO phone or a tablet or a Windows PC for a seamless experience across your devices. With this feature, you can easily transfer files and documents between your devices, copy and paste stuff, use your favorite apps on a bigger screen, and so much more. OPPO has developed the industry's first meeting assistant for smartphones to give you a better and less distracting meeting experience with ColorOS 13. So for instance, whenever you're doing an e-meet with someone, say you are doing a video call on Google Meet or Zoom or even Microsoft Teams, OPPO's meeting assistant, that is the intelligent on-device algorithm model, will prioritize and optimize your data connectivity for the meeting. Additionally, the usual banner notifications are automatically transformed into small pop-up notifications whenever you are on a video meeting, thus causing minimum distractions. Apart from this, you also get many Android 13 native features. There's app streaming, which lets you mirror your OPPO phone to Chrome OS devices. Then there's nearby sharing, which lets you wirelessly transfer files from an OPPO phone to a Windows PC in a jiffy. Then there's fast pair, which lets you instantly connect with supported wireless headsets. ColorOS 13 features a clean and polished UI, precisely spaced out content and slick animations. Looking closely at the Aquamorphic design, this time around OPPO has chosen to stick with a blue color theme, and the UI elements that we see across the software have been inspired by water during the sunset and sunrise. You get to see vibrant color palettes, new system font, rounded icons and much more. By the way, the global theming engine is also self-adaptive to give the interface a more unified look, and overall the design approach to the aquamorphic design is pretty humanized, which only adds to the intuitive nature of the software. Now, talking about the animations, well, you start seeing the seamlessness and the flow of things right from the moment you unlock the screen. Be it opening a folder, the app switcher, the fingerprint unlocking animation, or even the charging animation for that matter has been implemented pretty well, and of course the overhaul feels dynamic and smooth. Now drop down the notification shade and you get a brand new control center, unlike any that you have seen on any previous ColorOS iteration. So in this all new control center, I absolutely love the one-stop media playback toggle that lets you control your music or media without opening the designated app. Along with this, towards the left, there are two enlarged toggles as well that you can always choose to set based on your most frequent usage. Additionally, hitting the time at the top opens the clock app, and by the way, OPPO designers have debossed the clock, and the way the blue light happens to fall on one side makes it look slick. Now going into home screen and lock screen settings, you'll now see an option to enable shelf. So when you swipe down from the middle of the home screen, you get this new home management system that holds your most used shortcuts and widgets. And the shelf feature is actually pretty useful for those who don't like to clutter their home screen with widgets. Now talking about the cart style layout, well, fans of light mode will definitely appreciate the new style of the software. I especially want to put emphasis on white spaces across the UI. After using ColorOS 13, one will immediately notice the attention to detail when it comes to font and typography. In fact, in comparison to ColorOS 12, text now appears slightly bold and wide in ColorOS 13, which definitely improves legibility and readability. The cart style layout also does a good job of decluttering the UI. The icons as well in the aquamorphic design come squared off, that features gentle curves on the corners. You get a selection of 6 icon shapes, you can turn off the app names, and you also get the option to match the color of the icons to the wallpaper for a more seamless look. Finally, widgets have always been known to be the core strength when it comes to home screen customization, and even this time you get to see a bunch of apps that are supported as widgets in ColorOS 13. But the real star here has to be the ability to be able to enlarge the home screen folders. Moving on, Kit Space comes further improved in ColorOS 13 with the addition of new healthcare features, along with enabling apps and setting a time limit for your kid to use the smartphone. There's a new eyesight protection menu that lets you set an ambient light reminder. sitting position reminder, and a viewing distance reminder along with eye protecting display, basically turning on the blue light filter of the screen whenever the kit space is in operation. Next up, I believe focus on privacy and security has been at the core of ColorOS, so your usual permissions page along with the permissions manager is still around in ColorOS 13. Now, upon opening the privacy page, you now get a private safe that lets you password protect your sensitive data. Also, with the integration of advanced encryption standard, be rest assured that the new private space is more secure than ever. Moreover, you can enable a home screen shortcut for private space for quick access as well. One other cool feature is the ability to auto-pixelate usernames and profile photos in chat screenshots. So whenever you take a screenshot of a chat, as soon as you enter the edit screen, you will now notice a pixelate option. This way, users can now easily share different chats without exposing the other party. And of course, other cool privacy features such as app lock, hide apps, and system cloner are still here. So with all said and done, how has the performance been? Well, in two simple words, smooth and speedy. So OPPO claims that ColorOS 13 has been designed in a way that it won't take much toll on the performance. Now, whether you're using a high-end phone or a mid-range phone or even an entry-level OPPO device, ColorOS will definitely and surely run optimized and smooth. Additionally, with the introduction of the dynamic computing engine in ColorOS 13, you can rest assured that your OPPO device will be able to deliver improved battery life along with smooth and stable all-round performance across the board. And speaking of battery life, even generally so, with all the high performance, the battery endurance has been efficient on my test device. But if I had to give a number, then you can safely assume that an OPPO phone with a general run-of-the-mill 4500 mAh battery will easily be able to last you about 2 days on a single charge with medium to heavy usage involving watching videos, playing games, doing video calls, using the camera and all that jazz. Additionally, the RAM management in ColorOS 13 has been superb. So on the device I tested this software, I could go on with as many as 18 apps open in the background without them closing. And of course, all of this has been implemented in a clutter-free UI which is smooth to operate, and it also didn't show any signs of performance drops even when I pushed the software to its limit. In fact, any OPPO phone from 2022 that is eligible to get ColorOS 13 will be able to handle the software and run it smoothly for at least 36 months. In terms of compatibility features, well, ColorOS 13 has been designed in a way that whether you're using it on a phone, a tablet or a foldable, be rest assured that the software will be able to achieve the same visual style to maintain consistency across devices. In fact, split screen multitasking in ColorOS 13 is a great example to show how efficiently one can utilize different screen sizes to make better use of the display real estate. This is something OPPO calls adaptive layout for ColorOS 13. For my final words, I think OPPO has done a fabulous job with ColorOS 13. With new features like the Aquamorphic design, the always-on display options, especially Home, Emoji, Insight and Bitmoji, the Blossom wallpaper, Kid Space and so much more, along with a great focus on privacy and security, I absolutely believe that this is a major evolution from ColorOS 12. And just so you know, this is just the beta software, so I'm expecting even more polish in the final build. And so that was my experience with OPPO's latest ColorOS 13. Share your thoughts with me in the comments below about this new software, and for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.